Alrighty, guys. What do I got sitting here? I got a whole table full of badassery, is what that is. Those that know me know that what you're looking at here is probably my favorite chassis saw. I think the only thing I don't have on here right now is one of my 501s, which I don't have room to set it up there anyway. I currently have, well, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 sitting here, one under there, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think I've got 13 4910s that are currently together and running. Yeah. Oh. Well, I guess the brand new one's in the boxes too. I got. How many of these things do I got it? It's always fluctuating because I'll build one, play with it, then end up, instead of tearing apart and buying a different cylinder, I end up just sending it down the road and then buying more 4910s with it and I try more stuff. But I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of them. I got 15 runners and 4 stock. And then I think I've got 2 tore down into pieces that I'm currently waiting on parts and different ideas and stuff. So this chassis I saw is my favorite 50cc chassis saw. I just really enjoy them. I've put more time, effort, energy, and research into this chassis probably than I have any other saw out there. I don't know. Maybe it's my OCD or something. These are my favorite saw. They're freaking awesome. And those that know these things are they're just built like awesome. I had this one dynoed the other day. This one currently has the full circle crank in it and the gas tank that was on stickers. Stickers is right here. I put stickers all back together. I made a video a little while ago. I put stickers all back together in this formulation. Stickers make 6.2 3 horse. This one made 6.5. The Shin's making 6.2. This is the one. This one I haven't gotten rid of. This is the very, very first one that I ever broke 6 horse on. This was 6.15 horse. And I did that with 29 degrees of blowdown too. So those that, say you can't make power with long blowdown. Just depends on how you port them. This one's only been showed once on the channel. This one's, I think, 6.08 if I recall. This is a zingy, spicy work build that I built it for my personal collection for a work saw. Now the Shin and stickers both beat this one in timed cuts. But I can tell you, I run an 8-pin on this. This thing will out long bar both the Shin and stickers. So I guess it just depends on what you're trying to do. That one's more of a peaky build, and I'm still experimenting. In fact, I have another cylinder all done up that's got different experimental stuff done to it, and I have a different carburetor, and currently working on trying to graft a different ignition system into it. These things are just phenomenal. I mean, this was the worst. I've got a whole stack of dyno pulls on these things, and I can't even find them all. I've lost some sheets, but The one with the white stack on it back here, its worst pull was 6.42. I've had 4910s make power all over the place. Here's one that's 5.7. What's this one? There's a 5.6. Here's 6.2. Here's a 5.7. Here's one I got 7.4 out of. That's currently my highest horsepower saw was the 7.4, which I don't know if it's, well, this is the 7.4 on muffler, but I have one that made 7.4. See if I can find the one where I made that, but here's one that's 6.3, 6.33, 5.7, 6.2. Let's see here. Here's one that was 5.46. That was a good little work saw. Let's see here. Here's one I did with 30 degrees of blowdown. It was 5.5 horse. That was a good broad-banded little saw. This is the weakest one I've ever had pulled was a 5.23, and that was a 50% gain over stock. And that saw was, that's one of the ones I regret selling. That saw was a great all-around work saw. Man, I really enjoyed cutting firewood with that thing. Here's another one that made 6.13. Let's see here. 6.13. Here's a bunch. 6.13, 5.56, 5.5747. Let's see. We've got one that did 5.4, 5.94. That's a 550 right there. This is 346. Oh, it's in my 4910 pile because I was comparing it. I think it was this one up to the 550s and stuff. And you guys have seen my 550 run. It ain't no joke. But that 4910 just beats it. And this was the very first 346 I ever built. And that was 5.4. I just can't seem to get the 346s up where I can these 4910s and 501s. Let's see. Here's a bunch more. Here's a 492 at 6.04 before I retweak things. Let's see here. 5.58. 5.54, 5.72. That's the one I did for my one buddy there. Remember that one? So I took what I learned on that one and then flipped and flopped it and built this one. Right here. This is my highest. This is, kind of run into some funky stuff, but that was the carb transitions or whatever. But those that have ever tried to port one of these, it is hard to get that kind of power out of one of them. That's my highest dyno pull, and it was making some torque too. It was making 4.28, but believe it or not, I didn't like how that saw cut. I still have the cylinder somewhere around here. I killed that saw. I tore it all apart and turned it into something different. But I still have the parts to put the 7.4 combo back together. Here's another one. I can get 6 horse pretty easy out of them, and the 6.1 is a 75% increase over stock. Let's see, what one's this one? This is a 5.89. I traded this saw off. That was a good build. Look at that. You know, I like a big broad power band in a work saw. Let's see. Here's another one that it peaked out at 7.2. That one's making good torque too, 4.4. Here is another one of the Shins pulls with one of my variations in it, 6.15. Let's see, stickers. That right here's stickers. This saw's a freak. If you go by porting numbers, this thing should wind up real high and just fall on its face, and it is not the case. That saw's peaked out at 10.5 at 6.23 horse, and it's making 3.64 foot-pounds of torque. I knew the torque would be down on it a little bit because of the high roof, but it still leaps and bounds over a stock one. It gave up nothing. So Stickers is a freak. Here's a different run with Stickers that it made 6.58 at 11,000. Right. Let's see. Here is one of my 550s doing 5.94 compared to one of my 4910s, and goes back to show that the 4910s just make more torque. They just do. The 261 really close to the 550, but the 261 just shy of torque. But you know, I like all three of them saws. I really do. Let's see what is this one. We've got, that's all 261 stuff there. No, I'm into, I don't know how Smitty's chart got in there. That 660 I built Smitty got slipped in there. And then, yeah. So yeah, it's safe to say that I've got builds from 5.23 to 7.4 on these, and they're just awesome saws. Like the Shin, I took this off. This is gonna go on a different build. I put the shim back into work trim. I plan on beating the snot out of that thing in a work environment. I'm thinking about doing, these stacks are cool for racing, but I'm thinking about putting, when I take this is how I identify it, because it's got my plastic adapter, and I put this handlebar on it. I guess this is a 500, a CS 500 handlebar. It's got ribs on it instead of the smooth rubber like the 501s, but it's aluminum. This sometimes get in the way, and you bump and knock it and stuff when you're trying to work it. But both this has 8-pin and this has 8-pin, and I'm thinking about putting this back in full filter trim as well. And I'm going to probably just work on racing these two. I'm gonna try my other cylinder. These two are gonna go into the, for what I race with or whatever, and then these three are work builds. However, though, this one, I think in cant racing, I think this one will take this one, just where it wants to make the power at. But yeah, that's, these four right here are probably right now in my runner section are probably my favorite. But I got rid of a couple of the wrap builds. I still got a 501 that's full wrap, And I think I got one more that's got a full wrap. Actually, I don't know where that saw's at right now. I'm missing one. It's somewhere around here. Maybe I loaned it out. But, I don't know. I'm going on like no sleep. Well, 3 hours of sleep. But, yeah, I just wanted to cover that. These things are such awesome saws. Makes me sick to my stomach that they canceled out the 4910 to replace it with that 4920. Echo had something going on there for price point, because, you know, back when they were making these things with the dealer discount and stuff, I think you could walk out the door with these things for like $329 with the discount, and they're the ones that you can find. The last 4 that I've bought from dealers were like $4.99, and you know, I bought them anyway because they can't get them no more, and they're not getting any more in. Yeah, I think it was four. I know I bought one for $379. I bought one, I think it was $389. And I think I bought one. You know, the 501s jumped up in price. Everything's jumped up in price. The 2511s jumped up. The 7310, when they first come out with them, you could get them for about $750. That was a sweet deal. They're over $1,000 to buy now. I don't think that's as good as deal. I think Echo's shooting themselves in the foot. The whole point of them saws like that, where you could get big saw power for a fraction of the price of what the big brands are selling for. Now they're trying to pump their price up like the big brands, and I think it's going to hurt Echo in the long run. But I still think in that size saw, well, shoot, they want $1,000 now for 362, which is just, for an MS 362, which is just absurd. For that price point, you might as well just buy the 400. You'd be a lot happier with the 400 over the 362 anyway, I think. But yeah, to get off the price topics or whatever, this just I really enjoy these saws. They're just phenomenal. Now, Stickers has that, whatever you call it, it's that winter filter. It's like screen. This is back to a normal stock one. This has got my homemade thingy. This has got a stock one. I'd like to get a winter one for this. I have another build in the process that's going to be similar to this. Yeah. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of these little 4910s. I freaking love them. And I'm really digging them, you know, all blacked out like this. They're just a freaking sweet saw. I need to show this one more on the channel. I've only showed it cutting once. And this is a fun saw. In fact, my little bar, I rocked, and I mean I rocked one of my little 13-inch bar chains. I completely blunted the edges over on one side. I got to set the rakers on this, but I set that square grinder up to do 325. And I gotta set the rakers now because this side's shorter than this side, so I gotta set everything so the daggum, that's blurry. So I'm gonna try to go into there, but I need to clean the gullets out on this. But I'm hoping I gotta get more cants so we can do testing. I want to get little bar on fun saws with square ground, and I want to do some testing to the hardest chain for me to beat, like for even hand filing or anything, is 23 RS. That stuff is, on all the testing I've done, is the absolute fastest chain that I've ever tested. I haven't, out of the box, I haven't found anything that beats a 23 RS. And I'd like to be able to beat a 23 RS, with that. I'm hoping this one's going to be the contender for that. I built me a little race chain. This one's got all the chassis work done. I got to set the rakers yet, but this one should be pretty lethal. Let me know what you guys think that build race chains on that. This is my first crack at a race chain with that grinder. And I did it. I think that's a 20 or an 18. That's a 13. Well, probably an 18. But yeah, there's not much. They say they get fast when they get down there. This won't be in a hard. I won't show this chain in hardwood because I'm actually scared I'm going to break the teeth off in hardwood. This is a softwood only. This is a cant chain. This is a fun goof off chain. But that's my first. That thing just absolutely feels deadly. I got to set the rakers. I did find my 325 West Coast raker gauge, so I'll be able to set the rakers on this once I get it barred up. I'm not sure what saw we'll play with. We'll probably throw it on stickers. Probably put this thing on stickers and see what happens. I'm kind of curious. It might end in failure. The first cut I go to do with it might blow a tooth off and just take them all out. And then I wasted 3 hours for nothing. I got about 3 hours into this chain. This one, once I fix the gullet and set the rakers, I believe it's right somewhere. I have a brand new 23 RS 13-inch chain in the box that we'll be able to compare square ground to a brand new out of the box 23 RS, and we'll see if I can beat it. We'll probably do an 8x8 cant and use that as a test platform. Thinking I'm going to see if I can get them to make them out of poplar. This time there's a lot less knots in poplar than there is pines, and I'd like to keep the knots out of it so I can keep, if I'm trying to test chain, I'd like to keep it as consistent as I can. But yeah, I've been having fun goofing off and playing with that square grinder. Am I doing it right? Shoot, guys, I don't know. But I'm just trying stuff. See if I can evolve a chain like I've evolved these 4910s. But yep. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing some chain testing videos. We'll probably choose stickers. Seems like that's probably what I'm going to end up starting to race with. This one's still real peaky. If I could get this, the power's there and the RPM's there. If I can get the broad bandedness up, because this one would be a little easier to stuff. But if you keep her right in her power band, she hauls the mail. So I'll have to try my other cylinder, and I'm thinking about cutting off the intake horn and making it a block so I can put a bigger carb on there and pitch it where I want it and still be able to run some sort of filter. So yeah, I don't know, I'm blabbing on, late night rambling. So let me know what you guys think. I love these little saws. I like to hear your guys' input, and let me know what you think of them chains. You guys take it easy and have a good one.